Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Good morning, Peter. Good morning, Jenny, Chris, Len. Good morning, guys. James, Jason. Good morning. Ooh, how's it going? How was New York AM yesterday? And Sigis, NQ doesn't want to stop going higher. Good morning, Manis. Yes, I was saying, NQ doesn't want to go lower. It wants to sucks only up. Yeah, really hard. Um, it's impossible to short. I know. That's why, like, I've repeated myself so much about this for the past streams. Like with the current state of NQ going for all-time highs constantly, it's just really hard to find short setups that really work, that are not a struggle to hold into. It looks like we're gonna keep doing the same thing, like we're going higher still. But whatever, we're gonna do the usual thing, going from top to down analysis, top down analysis, um, starting from the daily chart in the different assets, NQ, crude oil, and gold. And let's see what NQ can what can we frame on NQ. Checking the daily chart, we have um opening gap, daily, like a day opening gap here. We open relatively higher than the close of the previous day. So yeah, revisiting what we checked yesterday, our drawn liquidity was spot on. Now we went for previous day high and we went beyond it. Morning Sunday. So yeah, for today it is different. We already tapped into previous day high. But again, like there's I cannot find any short bias from the daily chart. Like I really need to keep focusing on the um, on the bullish movement here. It is true that we've slowed down a little bit. Like it's not like this portion of here, like right here, where we went up like massive daily candles. We're slowly grinding up, and sometimes, like, you know what happens after a slow grind, that we eventually gonna have probably a sell-off, but whatever. So from the daily chart, not much besides this daily um, gap here, the daily open gap. Going into the 4 hour, we have more stuff to check. Maybe going again into the daily gap and then continue going higher. Uh, we have a bunch of other gaps along this move on the 4 hour, but I don't think we're gonna go that lower to tap into any of these two. Just for reference, talking about these ones, like I don't think we're gonna get that low. So maybe going for the daily opening gap here could be a realistic pullback on the 4 hour to keep going higher. Anyway, if we go lower, not opposed to it. Uh, I'm sure we can frame good long setups around this area. But the thing is, I don't know if we're gonna get it there or not. On the 1 hour, we just tapped into 1 hour gap here. I'm gonna leave this here. I'm gonna change the color of this one to showcase that is the daily opening gap. Yeah, we just tapped into this 1 hour gap. 1 hour gap. And we are reacting from it. Um, I wouldn't be surprised if we keep going higher from here instead of going into the daily open gap. Nature of PA totally changes at all-time high completely, like completely. I've traded all-time highs seasons. Um, I would say for the most part of my trading journey, probably, and it changes so much. So yes, I was saying we tap into this 1 hour gap, going lower into the 15-minute time frame. We also tapped into this 15-minute gap. We have another one below, but this area seems to be holding so far. Let me check where we have Asia session here. Good morning, Nix. So Asia high is right here. So this could be like for a move higher, this could be the drawn liquidity. Um, like I wouldn't dislike a move higher for London, tap into Asia high, and then move lower towards the daily opening gap, and then keep going higher at New York. I wouldn't dislike this at all. Good morning, Andres. Um, Let me go on the 5 minute. On the 5 minute, we can see this, liquidity sweep. We can use this as a breaker to then into the Asia highs. Good morning, Chavi Trades. It's funny because my name is Chavi also. And what else? If I now, like unconsciously, I'm framing constantly, like in this markets, like right now, I'm trying to frame more. Like I'm way more long biased right now than short. So unconsciously, obviously, I'm trying to look for more longs than shorts for some reason. So let me check if there's something to the downside that could make sense. Telling this 15-minute gap, we reacted from it. We took the 1 hour after tapping into the 15-minute. So I'm gonna get rid of this on the 1 hour. There's not much, like we had this 1 hour fair value gap and we completely reversed it. We closed above. So I'm not gonna use it. So yeah, like there's way more, like more POIs to the upside than the downside, that's for sure. That's why also probably I'm feeling more bullish than bearish. Just like checking the chart, there's way more structure and things pointing out to the upside move rather than a downside move. On the 1 hour, we also swept previous hourly low here, and weekend close is a swing also to be aware of. So we tapped into the 1 hour gap, swept also the previous hourly. We are closing above the previous hourly high. I low, my bad. So yeah, maybe we can get a move higher at the open past this breaker block. That's previous hourly low, previous 1 hour low. The long would look like something like this, where it fits between the entry and the Asia high. So let's see 1 minute, what 30 seconds until the open. If we get a push and a closure above this area, I might consider taking the long here towards Asia high. Let me check 4 hour. Okay, 1 hour. I know we have opposing swings here. We have this sweep of the low in the 1 hour, but we also have the closure. It's possible candle 2 for the swing lower, whatever. Okay, that's the open. Perfect. We didn't check crude oil today. Let me just check it out real quick. Crude oil really looks like a move, like really primed for a move higher. We still have these lows here, and now it's pushing to Asia high. And gold, gold. I was looking for this strong liquidity yesterday. Looks like we tapped into it and we bounced lower. Then I guess because of some news, we pushed higher, but it completely looks like it's trying to go higher from here, especially closing above like this area here. With this closure on the 4 hour, I think gold is gonna rip higher the coming days. Let me check in Q again. Not much. See how this 5 minute closes. Check the 15. We also have a swing on the 15. To be honest, I was expecting like a stronger move to the upside, not like this kind of downside open. That's not what you like to see happen through a breaker. Like you want to see price go through it as fast as possible. But let's see how this closes. We have to have like close to 2 minutes. Crude oil didn't get to H high yet. Let me see if I can find something here. But the range is super, super small. Gold so hard to trade. Yeah, I know. It's just going higher, higher since yesterday. I guess you really want to wait for, I don't know, a 15-minute gap or something like this to get yourself into a trade on the 1 minute. Okay, and Q looks like it's pushing at the final minutes of the 5 minute candle. So that's basically what I wanted to see. We don't have a fair value gap aligning with the breaker, that's truth. But I think it's worth taking it just because like everything makes sense to the upside. What do you think about the opening gap? I think we can go there, but for now, for the London session, I think we are closer to Asia high. And I think a move to Asia high to then go to the opening gap makes sense. Like take significant liquidity at the Asia high and then go towards the opening gap. That's why I'm trying to play a long trade here instead of like looking a move towards the opening high. 5 seconds until this 5 minute closes. 3, 2, 1. My limits orders are in. I'm going in with 1 minute, so it's basically a 315 risk for this trade. my take profit is really close to this high. I can consider taking out my position or even movie break even super close to my take profit, but whatever. Let's see if I can get an entry. Or if it's going to happen the same thing that happened yesterday that we framed along and completely run without us. Minute. I hope this doesn't just push higher. I think we're in a 5 minute. We're still, I don't think this is gonna like push higher that fast. Same as yesterday that we were in the 1 minute and it completely ripped higher really quick. So given the thing that this is a 5 minute trade, I think we can maybe expect a pullback lower to get the entry. I hope. We're gonna, if this 5 minute closes like this, we're gonna create a fair value gap along with the breaker. So that's also a good thing to take into consideration. Because usually you want to have the fair value gap along with the breaker. So everyone is aware, there's a 1 hour gap down here that we tapped and we swept liquidity. And this is Asia high, Asia high. And this, if I'm not wrong, is previous hourly high. Perfect. So now we have the labels on everything. We are aware of what's every liquidity area. All this being on for the day in each session on. True. The rip higher during Asia gave a move of how much? 2.37 to the upside for gold. So yeah, probably gold is on for the day. What's your entry price? My entry price, it is 28,340. Basically a 5 minute breaker here after tapping the hourly fair value gap, sweeping previous hour low, closing as an hourly swing. I mean, damn. I'm still waiting. 2 minutes until this 5 minute close. We're gonna create the fair value gap here. I think if the next 5 minute candle doesn't give me an entry, I'm not gonna get an entry here. Let's see, 1 minute to go on this 5 minute. Are you in this exact same breaker, Andres, or like you catch something lower, like a vertical value gap or something like this? That will rip higher to take 10. Yeah, probably. I mean, same thing happened yesterday. Good morning, KB. Same thing happened yesterday where we framed a long and it just completely went to take profit. You want to enter in the 1 minute breaker block? Perfect. Good morning, Ed. Okay, let's see the new 5 minute. My entry was 28,342 on the break of the structure. Right. We have the 5 minute fair value gap. If we want to go tap the fair value gap, we're gonna get filled. Here's the fill. Yeah, what I'm looking for is a move higher towards Asia high to then go for the opening gap. That's my idea. So yeah. Perfect. Minute. Guess if we close about this 15-minute at some point, this fair value gap here, that would be perfect. Like if we can manage to get a close above this 15-minute gap, let me mark it out. 15 minute, 15 minute. What is crude oil doing? Not really much, trying to go higher. Let's see if we can hold this position and not go to the stop loss. Not looking good. Like the last 5 minute closure here at 305 was not the best. That's for sure. We didn't close that strong. And now we inverse the 5 minute, so shit, it's looking bad. It got my stop loss right there. Uh, uh, like I don't want to look for shorts here. I still think we can go higher. I'm out. Yeah, I'm also out. Where are the classic Asia lows taking out in London session talisman? Not anymore. Currently looking at gold, potentially you're gonna go short. I'm not gonna trade gold. I don't usually trade gold. Let's see. Let's reevaluate what we can do here. Uh, I'm gonna wait for the previous hourly here to then maybe look for something down there. Hour. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Minute. Wow. What a strong move lower. Yes, is not doing anything. Yeah, he is holding way better. I mean, it's going lower. Same as in Q. We have this. And we still have the 1 hour for probably got down there. A lot of cells on a heat map. Yeah, I can tell. That was a big drop. Mm, no, really? Let's see. I want to see the previous hourly swept here. We continue going lower and then see what happens right there. I just hope we don't start doing weird things where we go higher now. I prefer price to commit to one side and completely miss out on it rather than complete like nonsense going up, going down. Second scenario, close below midnight open and target new day opening up, I guess. But at that point, I'm not gonna be able to find anything for me to short it. So could be, could be. This is how Mars started with PA and took my funded accounts. Yeah. We check the stat map also. Didn't check it yesterday. The range is extremely high, like huge. So the stat map is not gonna be useful today. I think we tapped into midnight open. Am I wrong? Yep, we tapped into midnight open. Ugh. We bounced multiple times on midnight open today. Oil, nothing. Gold. Gold didn't tap into the 15-minute gap right here. Crude oil not wanting to go higher. And in Q, like I hate when in Q and crude oil are doing the same thing. They're both going down. Really slow so far. No, like it's slowed down a bit. Okay, we tapped into hourly fair value gap again. Second time. Now here we start moving higher again. Yeah, we don't have SMT. 1 minute. Uh, I don't want to force my long bias here, but yeah, I know. I think I'm gonna give it a go to this. Same risk as before, just looking for a longer move here. My second stop to the into the long. So that's why I'm using the whole swing because the breaker is not clear enough. Like if I had to choose something, it would be something like this, like using this downside candle to grab something more for the breaker. Because technically the breaker here would be like following the exact definition would be these two candles here, probably, or even this one, depending on what you are looking as the last liquidity sweep. So probably this breaker. Using this, to be honest, is like a bit of being a troll. Like I don't think you would anyone would use this as a breaker. That's why I'm using like the whole move, the whole manipulation move for this. But the logic remains the same, basically. It's just that there's no clear breaker here. But the thing is, I'm not gonna get an entry. This is the type of things. Let's see. It's a risk trade for sure. It's like the direction right now is doesn't look like clear enough. We have reasons to go lower. We have reasons to go higher. I wouldn't believe on my long bias for the session. That's why I'm like giving it like a second go and probably a last go. choppiness, yeah, a little bit, a little bit. Yeah, looks like I might get filled here. HI, that would be 1315. Okay, fill. 2 minutes until this 15-minute closes. If we get a closure like this, I'm gonna be okay with it. Like if we get a closure like this on the 15th, we swept. What is up, Juno? Maybe we can confirm the bullish close here. We swept previous 15-minute low here also. So that's why I'm saying that a closure on the 15-minute is 15-minute close. That's why I say also a closure like this on the 15-minute is something that I like. If the 1 hour stays inside, we'll create one more swing low and that 1 hour fair value gap. So this is the previous 15-minute low. Like this. Probably aiming for a higher straight away with this trade is just a bit too much. I can obviously move it to 2R. That's aligning pretty much with this high here. This would be, I would cover the previous loss and make a little bit of profit, but maybe going for the previous hourly low, a high. I don't know. Can wait. As long as we close above that previous hourly 15-minute low, I'm going to consider it as a good close on the 15. So it is 1 hour gap, midnight open, like we respected midnight open so far. Previous 15-minute sweep. So we have the hourly fair value gap. We have the 15-minute possible swing. One more. Yeah, that's basically it. And then going for Asia high. Like I don't know why. I think it makes more sense to go for Asia high now and then move to the daily opening gap rather than the other way around, going for the daily opening gap to then go for Asia high at New York. I don't know. Also, the 1 hour gap holding. Juno without the breakers, not Juno. I don't like the trade. I just like your trades with breakers. Yeah, I know, I know. This one is like a breaker trade. Just like there's none of it, like a clear one. And yeah, new 15 open. What a mess of a chart I have right now. Let me get rid of some of these things. It's gone. That's gone. Gone. That's like this. Like this. not looking good because like this portion here is struggling to keep closing new highs. This crude oil going pushing higher. That looks like the thing. This crude oil pushing higher is not good for NQ for sure. So probably gonna get a second stop loss here with the second trade. The only part of the trade is the retest at Fibra. I don't know. Retest without sweeping off the previous tab, but a part of that, like, I mean, some strong break with displacement. Yeah, I know, I know. I know, I know. That's why I also had marked out the previous hourly low. Because ideally I would have wanted to see the sweep of that previous hourly. I think it's gonna move higher now. I hope. I hope it moves higher. How much I'm making on this one? 900. So probably moving it to previous hourly high makes sense here. I hope it moves higher here. Closure above here would be lovely. And then probably move break even at this high. Break even point here, maybe. But for now, if we can get a closure of this high, that would be perfect. I hate when this happens, that I'm looking for a closure above like a certain high or low, and it closes right at the same price level. I just hate it. So if anyone took this trade, TWAR is basically where close to where I want to go break even. I want to try and hold this trade a little bit longer than usual, past the TWAR, aiming for the previous 1 hour high. Being the ultimate draw Asia high. So basically TWAR is just right above the 309 high. What I'm looking for here is a 2.86 R, basically. Like past the break-even point for me, whenever I feel like closing the trade, I'm gonna close it. Um, Going for the 2 hour secures me profit already. I'm just trying to aim for a little bit more if I can make it happen. But past the break-even point, I'm going to move break-even and just manage based on whatever I feel like doing. Sorry. What is Kura doing? Going lower. Good thing. Gold. Same place as it was before. Good oil. Going lower. Good thing. Having another push here in Q. Let me check the 50-minute candle. Good so far. Mark out the 2 hour. I want to see where the 2 hour sits. My laptop is lagging so fucking much. Yeah, maybe. Do you trade New York? Yeah, right at the obviously taking gauges. Okay, I'm back. This everything first. Let me share again. Okay.
31 Ahora, sí, no, no sé, se la había quedado así.
As I was saying, we're struggling to make new highs, so closure above this one would be perfect. Slow trade, grinding up. Um, we have like 3, 4 downside candles, really small. Then we have a push higher. What is crude oil doing? Going lower. That's perfect. And then keeps not following up to the upside as much as I wanted. I mean, got this 5-minute gap here. We're going through 15-minute. I don't want to see this 15-minute close as a possible swing lower. I want to see a closure above this line here. That's previous 15-minute high. How much time do we have left? 22 seconds for this 15-minute to close. One, okay. Good push at the end of this 15-minute candle. We might take profit. I don't want to hold this until the previous hourly high. I'm gonna stick to my 2R. I think it's good enough. Really boring trade. If we can close this trade before 4 a.m., that would be pretty nice. So a good push higher here would be amazing. Probably going to close at the break-even point at this high, not even holding to 2R. I don't want to hold this trade that much. 186R, that would be if we get the exact high. Let me get rid of this exactly. Session weights. Crude oil dumped hard. Maybe we had some sort of news here related to this last push higher. That's not the break-even point anymore. That's basically the take profit that I'm looking for. Did you move break-even? Not yet, to be honest. I could move break-even here because obviously if I'm looking for this high to be taken, I don't want to see price go to my entry. I'm just gonna be aware of it. But for now, I don't want to move break-even. But obviously, you could move break-even. Like it would be completely normal if you're looking for the same take profit as me. Just need a small push here to get the previous high. We'll recover on this last seconds of this 1 minute. Let's see if we can get the push and get the high. Doesn't want to give us the take profit right here. The reason you're long, you're considering edge highs because of the TWAR. Yeah, don't be a T's and Q. Yeah. Yeah, the reason I'm going for the TWAR is one, because I had a loss prior to this trade. So at this point, I think it's not like what I could move break even and still aim for Asia high. But I think like with this type of sessions where the direction is not clear enough, this 1 minute trade has been here for ages now. Like usually a 1 minute trade, you don't want to see it like take that long. We're not looking for a extremely long trade here within the TWAR. So I just think it's safest, like it's way safer to just aim for my expected usual 2R in this situation rather than aim for a higher move. Wow, it's taking so long. Let's see, 5 minute. Okay, 15. We're gonna 7 minutes still for the 15 minute. What is crude oil doing? Still going lower. Oil is dying. Well, NQ is not even moving higher that much. That's crazy. Usually, when oil moves slower so hard, NQ tends to move higher. Wow, we don't want to get that high. Obviously, if we go break even, I'm probably closing this trade. That's for sure. In fact, I'm gonna move to break even, and if it takes it to break even, it is what it is. It will be really funny to get to break even now. Break even. Funny is not the word. I know. Okay, how's it looking? Not looking good, to be honest. Like this might go to, like we don't hold this line right here. This might go to break even at this point. Especially with this 15-minute closure like this. I think the 15-minute closure is going to be crucial here. Manual close, Juno, but you want, nah, I'm not going to manually close this. Right now, this trade for me either goes to take profit or goes to break even. I'm checking the 15 because like I really want to see how the 15-minute closes rather than whatever it's doing on the 1 minute. Okay, 10 minutes until the 15-minute closes. And so far, it's not looking good. What is crude oil doing? Dying. Like, what's going on? Like, in a normal day, and he will be reaping higher if crude oil is doing this. Buenos días. We really need to see crude oil die completely so and he can like push on the 1 minute a little bit. At least the 15-minute close here, it's looking better. I'm not gonna say good for now because we still have 1 minute. It's looking better. Wow. I really thought CL was gonna go for the Asia high over there. The thumbnail actually looks fire. I know. Looks clean. I don't know who made it. We've been in this. Oh, just 31 minutes. I thought it was longer. Oh, yeah. Q really wants to go to the high, but I don't know why we cannot get the final push towards it. Like we get a 1 minute candle out to the upside, three to the downside. Please. Finally. Thank you. It was a struggle of a trade, I know, but finally we made it. Let me show the executions on here. Like we got this long trade here that we took the stop loss. Well, now let's see NQ rip higher to Asia high, but whatever. This is a 1, 2, 8, 6 trade with the same risk as before. So basically, I covered the loss, the previous loss, and made a small profit, really small. But hey, I cannot complain. Like taking a loss and then following my conviction for a winning trade. And also this one, it was a really hard one to hold into. I think break even was a good move here to let ourselves breathe a little bit. But yeah, I think it's pretty straightforward. Pretty much the same thing we look always. 1 hour fair value gap. We swept previous 15-minute low. We tapped into midnight open. Yeah, the usual trade that we take here on stream. Did anyone take it with me, or everyone was looking for shorts? -2 from the breaker. GG. Cool, 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 cool. Perfect. Shorts now, shorts now. Yeah, I don't mind now. No, I really like. I think we can go to previous hourly high. I don't know about Deja high. I still think it's a drawn liquidity for the session. Um, Took it, good trade, you know. Damn, GG. I was in good, Nate. I would potentially short for the gap fill at age high. So basically 28,377. That would be my ideal point to start looking for shorts. That's why I don't send the 1 hour trades. Yeah, you know. I mean, I guess the 1 hour trades are for the ones that really can hold themselves when going through a trade, like the emotions and everything. So it's lovely trade. Thank you, darling. Uh, so they want to be in and out quickly and don't hold like too much, like this trade. We went through the ups and downs of it. It's just a shame that I got into like that 5 minute long. Exactly. Yeah, true, 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 true. I know, I know, I know. Like trading to our like for me it's a sweet spot. Exactly. Like one win, one loss, and you still make money. I know, Jason, but it's like the learning experience and the learning curve to actually be able to do this. I know it's hard. Like for me, I really knew that this trade was going to be or a break even or to profit. I wouldn't want to like I could have closed here for like 10 ticks less of what I wanted to get. But if I don't believe in my trade idea, who's going to believe it, you know? So this week, I didn't stream Monday, so I streamed Tuesday. Oh, and yesterday we didn't get the entry on the trade. So sad. So basically this week we are one loss, one win on a 2 hour trade on 2 hour trade. So not bad. Still on Wednesday. Crude oil doing the thing. Gold. Gold ripping higher. We didn't even tap into this 15-minute gap. I was looking for this 15-minute gap to be tapped here on gold to continue going higher, but two R would have been this. So right now, all I'm trying to see is if we have rule number one, trust yourself. True. If you don't trust in your trade ideas, you're gonna be fucked long term. So yeah, right now all I can look for is previous hourly high, Asia high. Yesterday, Q rally from the air where we're looking for trades. Unfortunately, no entry exactly. Like yesterday, I think we nailed the bias for the session and for the day, I guess. Uh, and right when things happen the way I wanted to see it happening, we just don't get an entry. But that's also part of um, building yourself as a trader, like same way we did here, like not managing the trade. Um, like just moving break even when I thought I had to move break even, but not closing, not touching anything. Same thing goes for the FOMO, like not getting FOMO when you wanna when something's happening towards your initial idea, but you cannot like get into the way you want to get into. You really need to go through the experience of like not being on that specific trade because it didn't give you entry, like, and not breaking the rules, not on like the good things, also for the bad things, you know, like not breaking the rules. Can you show the mark of 1 hour fair value gap? What do you mean? Uh, it's basically this 1 hour fair value gap right here that we tapped once and then twice. So it's basically this here. See? Like, is that what you wanted to see, TM? Oh, okay, okay. We're approaching the previous hourly high. Like, I'm not regretting closing this trade at 2 hour. That's usually what I look for in a trade. I just thought that I could have, like initially I thought I could hold this trade for like the ultimate draw here to make more profit and compensate the loss. But I think taking the 2 hour was also a good decision. Data from Edgeful. If we close the 5 minute above 300, we have a chance to hit 4 season, to hit 442. Okay. 5, 2, 3, 5, 2. The 5 minute. I mean, it looks like we're gonna close above 352. So the only thing that I don't like is like we have a push high, then we have a pullback. Like it looks like we are grinding up. And I just hate when we have this type of price action of like grind up. Okay. Damn. Because they're doing the research. Good shit. Thank you, Ben. I have good days and bad days. That's the truth. I'm actually surprised that I'm able to trade London session the way I'm trading it. Like I've never been a London session trader, especially with NQ. I've always been a New York AM session trader. But I'm surprised how price respects everything. Well, not everything, but decently most of the point of interest that I look for during the session. Because I remember what's happening with the 4M, Chris Gann was missing. I know. But see, like if 3 a.m. somehow gives us a good move, like a strong enough move, I think 4 a.m. doesn't give it, and vice versa. Like if 3 a.m. is just complete trash, 4 a.m. gives us a good move. At least that's the feeling that I'm getting lately. I remember trading London sessions inside the lab and not being able to read the market this way. I don't know if I just found a way that I was like not being able to do it before, or I don't know. Now the market is more in sync of what I'm looking for, and then it's easier for me to frame trades. I don't know. Exactly, exactly. As long London moves decently, I think we've been able to read the market most of the times with accuracy. What was your process in getting to your first payout, and how long did it take you to get the account to pay out? Good question, Nate. Um, so my first payout, it was funny enough because my first payout was uh, with Apex on, I don't know, I don't remember if it was 15,000 of payout or 30. The thing is, I um I kept trying. Like I always wanted to rush the funded, like the whole evaluation and funded stage, and I was constantly losing money towards trying to pass the evaluation as fast as possible, like just one-shotting the accounts, going all in, whatever. And at some point, I passed one account with Apex because I don't know why I was trading with Apex that much at that point. Um, and I was so close, like with one account, I was so close to payout. And eventually I blew the account. Like I was, I don't know, 500 away um, for the payout. And I ended up blowing the account. And after this, I decided to, I don't know, get 10 accounts. I think it was, or five, I don't remember. I think it was five accounts with Apex, 50Ks. And I don't know how I just made it to payout. Like I traded consistently. I tried, what I did was basically go for base hits with Apex, like trying to end the day green, um, and aiming for like small profits overall. And I think in the span of a month, I made it to payout. And after this, somehow I kept trading the same way. Like I didn't do anything in particular. That I kept trading the same way until today, and I kept securing payouts. I don't know. Like the feeling is weird. It's like when you know how to ride a bike, um, you don't even think about how you ended up riding the bike, it was like all natural. It was same thing happened for me. Like I kept doing things until something clicked. I got my first payout, and after that first payout, it was all consistent. I know this journey is not the same for everyone. Like someone can get a payout and then completely go like a year without getting a payout, but somehow for me it was different. I got the first payout, and then the rest came way easier. Yeah, I know, like a first payout of that high. I think I got lucky that at that point I just decided to get five accounts, and the first time I made it to payout, someone happened to be a big payout. Thank God I'm not holding this trade towards the previous hourly high and Asia high. I would be mad right now to see like all these movements. Eventually, I need to end up trading the 5 second chart like Alex because I cannot hold myself. Nate, my best advice is just to identify something that you might be doing wrong and try to fix that particular thing. I see so many people trying to fix multiple things at once, and usually that doesn't work that way. Like you cannot fix multiple things at once. So my best advice is just to focus on one thing at a time. It's not session is done for me. Yeah, like for me, the session is completely done. I'm not gonna take anything else. Um, I managed to take profit out of this not beautiful chart. I wouldn't want to say ugly, but not as beautiful as we we usually get. Right now. I'm trading prop. I've been trading like I passed the lucid account, so I'm trying to just get the loop again. But I'm doing a mix. The past months I've been doing a mix. I've been trading prop. I've been trading um, a personal account, and as I said, like in past streams, this month so far hasn't been the best for me. I usually at the start of the year, I don't know why. I don't know if it's just pure coincidence or what, but at the start of the year, I tend to not perform the best, and somehow towards the end of the year, my performance goes higher, and most of the yearly profit that I make comes from the last part of the year and the second part of the year. I know it's rushing and over trading. Then focus on like first, I don't know, over trading. Keep track of what you're doing and visualize it day after day. Like note when you're over trading. Try to reduce the amount of times that you over trade. Like make it a game for you. Like your objective right now is not to make money with the market, is to reduce your over trading. So make it a game for you. Same way you keep track of the profits that you make, keep track of the amount of times that you overtrade. Start overtrading like 3 times a week, 4 times a week, and start reducing it slowly. And eventually, with this, you're gonna see that just focusing on the overtrading thing, probably if you have a proven model, if you know what you're doing, like when it comes to trading, you're gonna see that by just fixing the overtrading thing, your profit at the end of the week, month, whatever, is gonna be higher because of that. Jesus. Now I'm not that sad with my take profit. Always, Nate. Like that's why I'm here. Like if I didn't want to give advice or try to help people, I wouldn't be streaming here. Good morning, Alex. Hi, hi, hi. Morning, morning. Imagine still holding for previous hourly high myself. With a break even, I would be mad. Yeah, it did bounce at the same entry. And that's the reason why I usually don't hold my trades, and I try to fit my trades in between my maximum expectation for the session. Because like, even though we can go here, like right now, if I wanted to hold this trade for that long towards my ultimate expectation, that would be a high. Right now, I would have been taken out break even. Like I really like the approach of trying to fit my trades in between, like in the middle point, and be out by the time we really want to have them move towards the drawn liquidity. Speaking of rules, what are your top 3 rules that you try to stick no matter what? Um, Good question and a hard one. Um, First one, my top 3. I don't know if I can like make it 1, 2, 3 overall. The best ones for me. One would be risk management, like the rule of like not risking more than I want to risk and be consistent with the risk. It's like risking, like being too flexible with the risk is something good and bad at the same time. Uh, it's really bad because like if you size up on a trade that you take a loss on and then size down on a trade that you win, even though you have a good win rate, if you are not being able to risk according and consistently, you're not gonna make money. Like you're gonna feel that you're doing good in terms of win rate, but because of your bad um, risk management or sizing management, you're not letting your win rate play out how it should play out. Second rule would be like the what I really need to see for a trade to happen. Like um, I really need a high time frame POI, a liquidity sweep. Like I really need a high time frame reason. I really need a low time frame liquidity sweep. Um, this type of things, like more model related things, like types of checklists. And then the uh, third one would be and one thing that it is probably one thing that I've been like trying to like that I struggle a lot at first. Probably the over management, like not over trading, because I don't think I over traded that much anymore. Like it's something like I don't have time to overtrade. That's the thing. Like I don't check the charts that much, so I don't have time to overtrade. But more like not managing the trades that much, like not moving break even too soon, not like closing too early, not cutting a trade just because it's going against me. Like sticking to the trade plan rather than flowing with the trade. I think it's really important. That would be my best 3 rules, I guess. Yeah. The fixed RR system is working pretty well in that regard completely. Like for me, the 2 Rs, like you can adjust it. I'm sure if you like check further statistics, like and do like in a study case or something about it, you're gonna see that maybe going for 2 point something, 2.5 could be better. But for me, the 2R, it's just the sweet spot here. Also based on the win rate I have, I think it's a good one because yeah, if I'm close to the 50% with 2R, I'm making good money. So that's pretty much close to what I'm having, like 40, like in a bad moments, 40 something, 46, 47, good moments, 56, 57% win rate. So I think the 2R there's just perfect for how I am as a trader. Like myself, I couldn't be like I've never like I couldn't be a high RR trader with low win rate. Like it would be hard for me to go through the moments of like getting 4, 5, 6 stop losses in a row to then cover it all in like 1, 2 trades. Like I would not be able to do this mentally. But yeah, I think we're done for the session, guys. Like we're not even going for the previous hourly high or Asia high so far. We are not going lower either because we bounce off the same entry that we had. So the session for me it's over. Like I don't want to look for anything else. So I think it's going to be better if we call it a day here. Anyone has any questions before we can see they're closing the stream, ending the stream? What are your major liquidity levels? Oh, damn, trade breakdown. Okay, yeah. Yeah. We can do both things. It's trade breakdown and also what are my major liquidity levels. So I always look for 15 hourly and 4 hour. Those are the three like time frames that I look for. And then I use time frame alignment to find trades in between when we sweep some sort like 15, like when we have like, for example, an open high low close on the 15-minute. That's basically possible swing formation. So if we uh, if we sweep a 15-minute low, the previous 15-minute candle low, then I go to the 1 minute and find the breaker on the 1 minute. If we do it on the hourly, we go to the 5 minute and look for the breaker on the 5 minute. If we sweep a 4 hour low, I go to the 15-minute and look for the breaker on the 15-minute. Then there's another thing that's like the liquidity sweep that determines the higher time frame and the lower time frame. But added to this, I really need to see another high time frame POI, like my high time frame context of why out of all the liquidity sweeps, out of all of the open high low closes that we get, why we have to choose the one that we want to choose. Like why out of all of this, like why after this we decided to get into this move, because we had the 15-minute open high low close, we swept the previous 15. Let me check. Let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of this. So first, identify the high time frame point of interest. That for me, the 1 hour fair value gap. So what I want to see is this liquidity sweep happening inside or after taking the high time frame. So that's my high time frame context. And then if we go to the 15-minute, I know it's going to look like a little bit of a mess, but see how this moment, like this moment in time, this 3:15 candle, that's the one that taps into the hourly fair value gap once more. It's also an open high low close on the 15 minutes. So we previously, like we took at the same time we tap into the fair value gap, we take the previous 15-minute candle low. So we have the high time frame context, 1 hour fair value gap. We have the liquidity sweep on the 15-minute based off the open high low close. At the same time, we tap into the fair value gap. And then going lower in the 1 minute, that's the previous 15-minute low, the sweep, the moment we tap into the fair value gap. Here, the breaker, like again, we don't have like a clear breaker. Like we could use, based on this, the breaker would be these two candles right here. That's the breaker block. Since the breaker is just so small here, like I would have been taken out if I placed my stop loss below the breaker. So I went for placing the stop loss on the swing that takes liquidity and taps into the fair value gap, looking for 2R. So that answers both questions, Zeus and Mr. Pi Chanel. Am I saying it right? Yeah. That answers both questions. That's the trade breakdown and the liquidity levels that I look for. Okay, cool. Cool. Is it clear? Perfect. Mate, as always, the stream has been a blast. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Thank you, Andres, brother. See you tomorrow. How did you like price action yesterday afternoon? Your afternoon session? Crazy. I know. Usually after New York I just completely close the charts and don't even check at it, but it's completely crazy. Why change charcoal from green to gray? It's because gray is more profitable. But I don't know. I just one day got tired of the green and went for the gray one. Probably in a month or so, I'm gonna go back to the green. So, I don't know. New year, new layout, I guess. Yeah, I don't know why I changed it. Like I really like the green one, but I don't know. See, wow, it looks like we're pushing higher. Jesus, we would have been taking out break even here if I really wanted to go for Asia high. Okay, so gray is more profitable. So far, for London session, gray works better. So yeah, let's see if we can take the Asia high. But yeah, as I was saying, the session, gray makes you more detached. Probably, yeah, like completely changing the colors of the charts, like getting outside the red and the green probably detaches you from the fact that you're winning or losing. Gray for London, green for New York, easy peasy. You got it right there. That's the true key when it comes to being profitable. So yeah, guys, I think we're gonna wrap it up here. Another good session. It was sad because of the loss. It would have been better just by taking one win, but it is what it is. We managed to fix the session, make profit anyway. Yeah, no more questions. I'm gonna thank you all once more for tuning in the stream. Really appreciate it. It's really fun to stream here. And we are gonna see each other tomorrow again for London session, same time. And yeah, thank you so much, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye.